I guess we're gonna keep talking about shadow people. Well,
Yeah,
no,
we're
we're gonna
we're
keep.
gonna go from dreams to shadow people, right? And then you have some comments and whatnot.
I do have some comments. Let me get into them right now.
Okay.
Actually, I'll read the first comment here, which that first comment is gonna go on to like an email, and then it's gonna go on to a video. Right.
Okay. So let's get right into it. Boom.
So let's start this right here. This comment came from. It was written by Mr. Waldo 7777. He wrote, I wanted to let you know if you leave your body, that leaves your body open for demons to come in and take over your body. That's not the major point of
Hmm.
this, why I'm pointing out this comment. It's just his first comment. His second comment is the one that I want to talk about. He says, I have a video where my dog is straight up just hardcore stare down. Basically, it's staring at a wall. I definitely feel like something is here in my house, but I cleansed it so it feels much better. And then he asked me if he could send me the video, and I said, yeah, of course you can. So it's actually the video that I sent you right now, right there on the chat.
Okay, coming up.
So when you get the chance to watch it, it's only 15 seconds, but
I haven't. You haven't sent it yet.
I have it.
Mm.
Oh, there you go. My bad. So the email says, while you guys see that, basically, I saw my dog as you see him in the video. He was there for some time, just staring into the corner. I even tried showing him it's time for dinner. Normally, he goes nuts when it's time to eat. You can see my wife getting a scoop of food. No reaction. You can see it in the video. I would say he was there for like 5 minutes or a little longer, just sitting there looking at the corner. You can also see that something or someone is throwing something to him because he keeps looking like something was thrown on the floor. But yeah, it's kind of weird because he only recorded 15 seconds, but the dog has been doing that for 5 minutes, for about 5 minutes. And it's like
The
what you said, the dogs can
the
sense
way he
things.
looks to the side, and it's kind of like we talked about that. Animals can kind of sense things, and it almost feels like, to a sense, like it had something there in the corner, and it didn't want to move, and it was kind of like, look, I just threw something, like, just fucking go away, like you fucking blowing my cover, like I'm kind of just bullshitting with it right now, but really
Yeah.
it seems like he really kind of had something that's backed up, and he's just like staring it the fuck down, like, what are you, you
Right,
know?
right. And it's not only the thing that I like about this video is that it doesn't seem like it's an aggressive type of like the dog doesn't feel threatened. The dog is
Yeah,
more like confused, like
like
waiting.
what is happening, like I'm
Like,
not familiar with what I'm seeing or smelling or whatever right now.
but I don't feel that you're threatening us. Who are you? By no means am I a professional. Both of us, none of us are professionals. But I'm gonna go out and say I'm gonna assume that this is probably a family member,
Hmm.
right? It could be. I don't think it's something like a shadow person or something like that.
It doesn't seem like anything malicious.
That's what I'm saying. So, because this guy was scared, he said he was scared, but from the looks of the dog, it's like a person who the dog knows it doesn't mean any harm to the family, but it's also confused. It's as if someone walked into your home who wasn't like a bad person, and the dog
Hmm.
knows it's not a bad person, and that person was just standing in the corner of your house. The dog is just pretty much gonna act the same way this dog is reacting. It's just gonna stand there and look at him. If you could look at the dog's face, and it looks like it's just waiting for a confirmation that something's there. It's waiting for it to do something. That's amazing that dogs can pick up, or animals and pets can pick up things that we normally can't pick up. 5 minutes there is scary. What would you do? Imagine.
It really had me kind of, knowing me, I'd be the person that kind of starts recording it and then puts my hand in the corner and, like, okay, I don't feel anything cold. I don't feel any of the cliche so-called ghost things. And how is my dog reacting to my hand getting there, getting close to there? Like,
That's another
does
thing.
he, does he stop acknowledging it? What do I hear? Just kind of like, what can I hear, feel, sense, and or also how does the dog react to it when I do it? That I'm that person. Because granted, it's not like it's in the basement in like some super horrifying fucking area. It's like in a bedroom upstairs. So I would have been the guy that's
Yeah, testing it
uh,
out.
like little twinkle fingers before you get too close. It's like I'm friendly.
Yeah. Like, huh? Huh? You start throwing shit over there. Make sure nothing hurts you. Here's another comment that I read. This one's about a dream. When I was younger, I had this dream a couple of times. It was me and my brother, and I think it was another person. I don't remember who though. But we were young. I'd say about 7 or 8. We were in my mom's car alone in front of my grandma's house. And out of nowhere, the car turns on, and I don't remember if we were messing around in the car or not. But it accidentally turned on, but the car started to go downhill by itself really fast, and we were scared because we didn't know how to stop it. But later found out that my brother was in the car with me and had the same dream. So his brother that was in the car in the dream had also the same dream. So a lot of people commented saying that they had similar dreams or the same dream as people that they knew, and that they got together and they would say, oh, I had this dream, like kind of like what I told you my mother went through. The same thing. So that's actually interesting to see that a lot of people have the same dreams. Pretty amazing. I feel like there's some type of connection there. Like we can actually meet up in a dream world. It makes it a little bit more real, because something is real there. You can meet up in the same place. That means that it's not all in your head, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a different place. This is creepy. This one here says, when I was a kid, I used to dream about a giant witch chasing me. I had this dream oftentimes. The witch would catch me and poke my stomach. I would wake up not being able to move for like a minute, and my stomach was hurting. I could still feel the pokes. He felt the pokes when he woke up. This happened often to me. I didn't think much of it, but now it sounds pretty creepy. So this guy had a dream that a witch was poking his stomach, and he woke up with the pain. You ever had dreams like that where you wake up with the pain?
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know how much we talked about it, but it's kind of like with drowning. Call it PTSD, call it what it is. But where in a nightmare I'm drowning and I wake up and I feel wet, but I'm assuming it's mostly from sweat, but it's so odd to sweat so excessively to the point where it's like I was just drowning. But the physical pain of, I guess, your lungs and everything kind of collapsing all happens in the nightmare, and you wake up with that pain being very real for like the next 15, 20 minutes. You're still kind of feeling it, and it's like I'm fully awake. I've splashed water in my face. I'm fully up. There's no amount of me going back to bed anywhere near in sight, but you still feel the pain and the trauma from the actual nightmare.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, though. It almost makes you think, like, are the dreams creeping out? Like that, I'm starting to think that dreams are not just all in your head. They can't possibly.
By no means. I kind of feel like, I don't even know how I would go about explaining this to make it coherent and make sense, but in a way, I can wear a lot of heavy things and it can be 90 degrees out, and I can try to control my breathing to the sense where I'm not as hot, or at least I'm not sweating.
Okay.
And then in extreme cold, I can control my breathing in a way to where I keep myself warm. It's where I'm not freezing, runny nose, and, barely able to fucking make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's fucking cold out.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking with your dreams, because granted, it's all in your brain. It's all with memories. And, obviously you're going to remember pain. You're going to remember you're going to just remember feelings, physical to emotional. I feel like because dreams go into this sense where things are just so goddamn powerful, I don't know. It's like you feel it. I don't know how else to explain it other than to say you feel it. Like,
yeah, but how about the connection between two dreams from two different people that connect and have the same dream like that?
That's interesting because that's happened outside of being related to the person in my past. I've had it happen with a friend before, so that's actually very interesting.
That right there, he's measuring for you guys who, someone's probably going to comment below, what was that he was holding? That's actually a meter to, he checks the ghost level in his house. Nice. That's a car radio.
Yeah.
Such a simple answer, right? That's a car radio.
You know, why not make it interesting?
But you know what? I do believe that they're connected, and there's so much more that we don't understand about dreams. I've actually dreamed. Some of my dreams have been feelings that other people are feeling. It sounds
Hmm.
weird. It really does. But I've had dreams where I was crying like a lot, right? A lot, crying like tears down my eye, like crying like crazy, and I kept hearing myself. I kept hearing myself say, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry." And I was crying. So I tell a certain person this, one of my friends. So I tell her, I'm like, I had a dream. It was so weird, and that person told me that that night they were crying because they had a serious problem. So I've bugged out because I'm like, wow, are you serious? At first, I think that they're making it up because it's like, yeah, you just saying that because I told you that now. But it was real. It really was real. And they showed me proof, like they had messages and stuff because they were going through a tough time at that moment. And that was amazing to me that I felt the pain of that person
The empathy was so strong that you felt it in a dream.
in a dream. Like, what the hell is that about? But since we're talking about like the dreams being connected, this next comment is pretty dope. It says, what about doors in dreams that lead to other worlds?
I feel like at the end of the day, what we consider other worlds is the same way how we can have a dream and I can walk through a door and I can be someplace where that door does not lead in real life.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I can go through a door in my bedroom and end up at a school or someplace I've been before that's clearly not what's on the other end of my bedroom door.
Yeah, there's no limit to anything. That's the thing.
Because I mean, I feel like, they say like dream oversimplification is that dreams are memories and emotions all mashed up and mixed up like some fucked up blender. So, you know, all your memories are all meshed up and messed up when you're dreaming. That it won't make sense most of the time.
Hmm.
And then it gets a little bit more elaborate. I mean, I guess, it's a event to event thing. There's no one like it's kind of like I think I said in one of the first recordings is that there's no one answer for dreams or nightmares. It's really
Yeah.
each individual situation has a very unique reason. That I mean, it may match a couple others, but that's as far as it goes. At best, it's a couple others.
Yeah, they're two completely different things, man. Completely different. Like you said, there are people who want to stay awake because of nightmares. They refuse to go to sleep. But today we're gonna talk about shadow people, and I'll creep into this by reading this last comment for today. Although we have a lot of comments, I've just picked a handful of them, and you guys can continue to put all your suggestions there. I see them of topics that you want us to cover. I read those. I see them. And we are going to cover all those topics eventually. Make sure to like the video too if you enjoy it. And continue to comment your suggestions and your personal experiences and stuff like that. It's cool for us to actually read them and talk about it. We love doing that stuff. But this one said, I'm really loving these. I would love to see more of these videos. And then he said, I had a dream where I would see some really big dark shadow sitting by my bed watching me sleep. I don't think that was a dream.
Yeah, that might not have been a dream. He may have actually had what because what's really fucked up is that I know you can have sleep paralysis without knowing it, and that was probably a hallucination. Like he might have been fully fucking awake, and I mean, who's to say if the hallucinations are real or not? Because in
Mm-hmm.
that state of mind, maybe we're just seeing and hearing what we normally don't see and hear. So,
Yes, sir.
I hate to give this guy like any more fear, but it'd be really fucked if that's what he was seeing something legit chilling on his bed with him.
All right, that would not be good. And I hope that you don't see that anymore.
I hope not either.
Well, it
You
says
know
I
what's
had a dream, so it was just one dream.
what's really funny that we mentioned that though is that seeing things and when they come close to you and like kind of touching on when the guy said when you astral, where
Astral
you
projection.
astral projection. I feel like And granted, I'm not trying to force religion on anyone by any means. Friendly disclosure, but you know, I feel like to a sense there's somewhat of a spiritual defense for those who are, I guess, spiritually in touch with whatever it is you believe in, because at least for me, being a Christian and believing in what I believe in, I've only had really odd experiences that were scary where things came close, but I've never had anything like kind of attack me. At best, it's been like kind of a watch from a distance because it can't come. It's kind of like how when I think about it, it reminds me of the story I told you about when I was at my mom's house and I
Mm-hmm.
had sleep paralysis and it sounded
Yeah.
like something was standing in the doorway, but why would it stop right there?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the only times where it's ever been like scarier or freakier things has been when there are other people around who are kind of fucked. Like they're not great people, to put it in the best way without,
Mm-hmm.
obviously saying any names or throwing any shade about anyone, but people who just aren't really the best people, whether it be stealing or whatever the case, just
Yeah, yeah, just like
out
fucked
of
up
touch
people.
with
Like fucked up
just
people.
fucked up, just fucked up, and
Morally unbalanced, I would call it.
yeah, and it's funny because it's always whenever I think of the phrase when people say, "Oh, you got demons," or "You're carrying demons" and shit like that. I always think of those kind of situations because the only time I've ever had like the really messed up dreams or hallucinations or any instances I can think of where it was really, really scary
Yeah.
was that there was someone else around that obviously that's how it got into the house. That's how it got into the room. That's why it's here because you're the force it's drawing from, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, I got you. That makes a lot of sense. To me, it makes sense. Perfect sense. You know what? I was looking into the people thing. It seems to me that we're always like the shadow people seems to extend for some reason. It's almost like I think both of us are too scared to talk about it almost. So we
Yeah.
kind of extend every single episode. We're gonna talk about it, but we never get
We
to
try not to talk about it
it.
at the same time. And I think also because when you talk about shadow people, man, it's also like because their appearance isn't strictly to anything. You don't just see them in dreams. You don't just see them in sleep paralysis. You see them when you're out and about. You see them when you're
Yeah.
walking through your house and it looks like something was just sitting down on the couch and you go back and there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. And you
You know,
see them in the corner of your eyes.
corner of your eye, you see something that feels like a figure, not like, oh, just a shadow or something moving. Feel like you saw an entire person. Like it's more than just one any particular, like, I guess, set of circumstances. It's really kind of all over the place, sightings included.
Now, there's a lot of information out there about shadow people, and I looked and I found some information. And here's what I found. What I found is that most people or some people don't know whether they're bad or good. That's what I found. I also found that like you said, they can appear at any time, even in the day. Even in the daytime they can appear, according to what I found. And there's I also heard that they some of them sit on you. I
Hmm.
always thought that was something else that would did that, but apparently they do it as well while you're sleeping, and they would stare down at you while you're laying in your bed. And it apparently it's very creepy because it's a shadow. It's just staring down at
See,
you.
the reason we don't want to talk about this shit is because we have to go to fucking bed and shit like this. But continue. Continue,
I
my
know.
good sir. Continue.
I'm not going to bed. I'm actually gonna stay awake and
I'm planning on
play
doing that too.
play
I'm gonna fuck with the radio.
Grand Theft Auto the whole night.
I'm gonna fuck with the radio the entire night.
You know what's really messed up is that every time we do these things, so I have the AC. I have like an AC that's in my it's in the wall. So it's
Hmm.
like a central air kind of thing, but it's not in the room. It's only in the living room, and the living room is right next to my room. So because it's hot here, I leave the door open, and my bed, my side where I sleep, is right next to the door. So when I finish these things, I go to bed and I open the door, and so now I have in the corner of my eye is this big dark space, which is the living room. And so you get me. So I go to sleep,
It's
and
always fucking
it's
with you.
always so messed up because I turn the other way, and I start
You
feeling,
just,
I start feeling shit. I start feeling
on
cold, and it's worse because I turn around and I feel the cold in the back of my
the
neck,
back of your neck.
and it's
Mhm.
because the AC is on. So the cold is coming from there. So I don't
One
know.
day you shouldn't turn on the AC. See if
I
you
feel
still
the
have.
cold going down.
See if you still feel the cold.
No, so it's horrible because I can't. It really messes me up. And we do these things always at the same time, late, and it's creepy. Maybe if we did it in the day, it wouldn't be that bad. But
It
I
wouldn't be that bad. It'd give us a couple hours to forget about it at best.
right, I'm gonna have to watch some really funny stuff now. But yeah, so that's what I read about it. They sit over your chest and stare at you, and which that sounds really creepy. By the way, if imagine you wake up in the middle of the night and you see and you have like this dark shadow looming over you, and it's just like,
This is why I sleep on my stomach. Not because I'm fat, but because I don't have to wake up and look at something looking down at me. That makes it a little bit worse. We're not going to elaborate, but you know.
hey, if you sit in your stomach, that's worse. Because now, what if you start feeling shit in the back of your neck? That's the where they always say you feel stuff in the back of your neck. You know, and that's creepy. But that's what I know. They say they're just like they could be guardians, they could be bad stuff, but apparently they've never really hurt anyone, from what I could tell. But staring at someone while they're sleeping, that's fucking creepy to me. I like to think that maybe these could be, maybe they're not very spiritual or anything like that. What if these are aliens, maybe, that are walking among us?
You are addicted to aliens.
I believe that they're here. I believe
I
that
think
they're
I
either
think
here
I
or
think
they're
that
close.
you do. But you know, it's kind of like, man, I feel like if we're gonna have aliens, and if they are here, and if they are making contact, why is it shadow people? Why is it in such a vague anything? Why isn't it just?
Anything else?
Well, I wouldn't say why is it anything else, but why would it be that? What is he doing? He is fighting an empty bag. I don't understand.
Well,
But
the reason why I say that is because shadow people, the name itself, I mean, it's shadow people. I mean, we're talking about some type of uh, species or whatever it is that doesn't want you to see it. It's in a shadow. So
you
it's
know,
a cloaking device.
I'd tell you something. One of the things that's always I feel like the only reason I've ever even seen a shadow person or believe that I've seen a shadow figure, there was a movie back in the day where it was like black actors, and I think they were really mediocre. Like, I don't even think it was a high class movie. Hell, it might be. Maybe I'm just being kind of an
What's the
asshole to
name
this
of it?
movie. I don't remember. But I remember there was one particular scene, and I think Family Guy did a reference to it because every time I see it, it reminds me of this movie where these shadow figures grab a guy and they like rush up the street, and you see it at an
Oh,
angle,
that's
and then it
Ghost.
vanishes.
That's
That's
Ghost.
Ghost. Okay.
Dude, that's a really good movie, dude. And it's, you said black actors?
I thought it was like black actors in it.
No, that's
Or I
Ghost,
might be
dude.
getting two different movies confused
Hell
because I
yeah.
know there's like some stained glass ceiling thing at one point that breaks, right?
I don't know about that, but I
And
know
then
that
and then
in,
at one point they're like outside of this building and the sun's coming up. Like, isn't that like one of the ending
what is that
scenes?
noise?
That was a Kobayashi video
You
playing
scared the
by
shit
itself.
out of me.
My bad.
I thought it was here. I was like, what the fuck?
Let me see something because now I'm curious. Because I've been trying to, every time when I think of this movie, my memories are so fucking mixed up. I'm probably putting an ending from a different movie
Well, here's what
into.
I know about Ghost. So there's the movie Ghost with Demi Moore, and I think it's Demi Moore, and this Patrick Swayze. I think Patrick, whatever. I don't know his.
Are they not like black or mixed or something?
No, there's two white people.
Maybe shit. Maybe they are white. Maybe my memory is
And
just
Whoopi
that fucked.
Goldberg,
But
she's
at
in
the
it.
end,
She's black.
okay. And at the end of the movie, are they like kind of looking at a sunset and there's like water all around them or some shit like that?
I don't remember that much, but I remember that there was one of the major villain or antagonists. Or spoiler alert, he was killed towards the end, and a bunch of black shadows came and dragged him away.
Okay.
And so I remember that part, and I never knew what they were trying to. I guess those were demons, but it was pretty cool. I mean, think about this. Now that we're talking about this, what if those shadow people, quote unquote, are like
Extraterrestrials.
no, they're like waiting to take you after you die.
Hmm.
You're gonna die. Maybe if you see them, it's because you've come close to dying.
Hmm.
Like that,
That'd be
like the
interesting.
death. Like, where did that come from? It's a shadow person, kind of.
That'd
Like,
be interesting.
they're waiting to take you. Like if they come close to you, like it's maybe because you've come close to dying, and you just by some reason, by some weird reason, you didn't die. You know, like if they're staring down at you, it's because they're waiting or something like that. I don't know. Or they could also be. I mean, I don't know. This world is so old, and we don't know what lives here before us.
Hmm.
There may be a bunch of stuff here before us. We don't. We don't
Something we
really.
don't really have a good answer for.
Right. We don't
I've,
know. We don't know anything.
and then honestly, it's so hard for any of us to, because I know for me, a lot of the shit that I've seen, I didn't see it first through my experience. I saw it first through a movie or something that had horror. It was put in my mind by something else, not just because reasons. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just so happen to,
Right. Well,
you
yeah.
know.
That's what I think about them, the shadow people. I mean,
But then it's kind of like there's some fucked up situations like some of the scary shit I could probably tell you about from man, that's some other shit. But then that's getting kind of off the shadow people thing.
well, you
But
can. I mean, because we gotta get off of it anyway already. But you could
one of
start.
the one more thing that I want to get into, because this kind of goes into what happened with the remember I was saying about the creepy pasta guy and his little skit or whatever. Basically, he was in this hallway. They're in the hallway and they turn off the light and there's a figure there
Okay.
at the end of the hallway, because there's a little bit of light to see, but it's not so much light that the hallway is illuminated.
Okay.
So then you turn the light back on and it's gone.
Okay.
Then you turn it off and it's there. And you turn it on and it's there. It's like a woman figure out there. So then turn it off, then turn it on again, and same thing. Then when you turn it off this time, it's right in your fucking face.
Okay.
It's a really fucking freaky scene, and it's once you see it, it's one of those scenes that just fucks with you, because it fucks with your psyche, it fucks with your mind. It's a fear that you put in your own mind.
Right.
And it's so, you know what? I'll send it to you and we can watch it together. I want to
Nah,
see.
I'm not watching that shit right now.
You got to. We got to
No,
get the
fuck
reaction.
you.
You got to get the reaction.
You just want to show me
Gotta
that
get-
shit
we got to
because
get the reaction.
because you're thinking about it right now. You know you ain't gonna sleep
Exactly.
tonight.
Exactly.
You can send
So
it. I ain't watching that shit.
Hey, it's too late. Guess what? It's been sent. There's the link right there.
Nah, I'm not watching that shit.
Look at that. Look at the thumbnail for that. That shit.
Yeah,
It's calling your fucking name.
Nah, it's actually not. Believe it or not.
I tell you what, it's not that bad.
It looks pretty cool.
It's not that bad. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow in the morning.
Nah, you should check it out now.
It's all right.
Like just that doesn't that little play button with the circle around it, that YouTube icon, isn't it kind of like, man, that's just
Nah, it's actually telling me get away, delete this video from here, from the chat section. Anyway, but you know what we need to do with the shadow people thing? I think we can't add anything more to the shadow people thing, I think.
we really can't, because the lights out thing is probably about the best thing I could go for, and it just puts your shit. It really fucks with your mind, because then it gets to the point where you scare yourself. You put images there because you're afraid, and really, lights out made that so much worse for me. Like I legit had to like fight that shit after seeing that movie, because every time you look in the dark, you want to see something subconsciously because of this movie putting that fear there. So even if you weren't like that scary of a person, now it's like you're fucked. Like you're fucked, because now every single time it's like,
You
I
think
see
about
you there,
it.
bitch. I see you there, bitch, with the long hair. I will fucking punch you. All right, bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see your titties. Well, you know what? We got to go into the next topic, which would be, I wanted to go into an interesting topic, which a little bit more lighthearted, less creepy, and more of a like interesting topic. All right. This one is about the underwater topic. So like underwater, basically the ocean. What's underwater? And I
Some of
have
the scariest shit ever.
Well, not as scary as like fucking shadow people. So
Oh,
I have a link here to something that I read, and there's supposedly a Japanese creature, a
hmm
sea monster called a ninjin. You ever heard of
yeah, I
this?
think I've heard of that. Is that the
Let me
is that the one that's all white?
yeah, it looks like a dolphin or shit, but it's not really a dolphin. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen it. It looks kind of humanoid. Yeah, I've seen this already.
right. So it's interesting because it looks kind of humanoid, and what I want to do is that the next episode or the next video that we put up, that's the video that I want to actually talk about this stuff.
Okay.
For this video today, I think we could wrap it up here for this one, and then
Hey, I say let's keep going. I got a little bit to share as always.
about what?
Ah, man, it's creepy. But if you don't want to go back into creepy, we don't have to.
No, we can go back into creepy for a little bit. Let's wrap it up with a little creep, a little extra creepy. But then next episode we'll start talking about the sea creatures and stuff.
Okay. This story I'm only going to tell you once because I'm not going to trick myself into saying it around a reflective image anywhere. Period. Just no, not happening. Okay, so it was me and all my cousins, and we were at their house, right? And they have two bathrooms, and we're downstairs at the bathroom that's right by the back door, and it has a window to outside, and it's still light outside. It's like maybe like 5 p.m. And I know he still remembers this shit. Like I'm gonna have to bring this up to him next time we're on PlayStation, and I'm not gonna tell him because then that'll be twice that I would have said this name in this room, and we're just not gonna do that.
Okay.
Just no, I refuse.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm telling you, it's one of those things where there is absolutely no way there was just any one like it was so real. Like I fucking hate it because it's one of those things where it's like you kind of want to fucking prove it, but
Yeah.
no one online does it real and right way. Like no one ever really fucking does it. Because I remember looking up YouTube videos all the time because I was like, man, I wonder has anyone seen what the fuck we actually saw that day? And I'll never forget that it was me, him. Yeah, it was all of us. Yeah, it was all five of us. We were all cramped into this bathroom and a friend. Yeah, so it was like fucking yeah, it was 5 or 6 man. Okay, so long story short, we're in this bathroom and we Bloody Mary, right?
Oh
Lights off,
yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
dude. It looked like there was shit. Legit, it looked like something was coming through the fucking mirror
Oh
and
wow.
there was fucking blood. And I remember all of us freaking the fuck out because we're all cramped into this small ass bathroom. And so first thing here is like Ronell, that's one of my cousin's name. He's just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" He's like, "Move, move!" And so everybody's like, all like pushing and shit like this, and everyone's like trying to, cause the door doesn't open out; it pulls in. So you got to come like back in first, and then go out. And we're all cramped into this fucking bathroom, and so we all legit just like
Bounced. You
get
just
out.
came out.
And
Did
then we're all outside, and I'm just like, y'all saw that, right? I'm like, I just want to make sure we are all on the same page. We all saw some fucked up shit after we all just said this shit. Like, I just want to make sure that y'all not fucking with me right now. That I'm not just fucking going crazy. Like, please, I need to know because I'm that guy. I'm like, no, motherfuckers,
That's creepy, dude.
motherfuckers.
You never forget that because you actually reminded me of something that happened to me when you did the whole everybody scrambling. That's actually like the typical reaction of a group of people when you realize that something weird is happening. I used to for most people who don't know, I used to go ghost hunting, and this is what you do. It's stupid. It's very dumb. I don't know why we did this, but it was me and a couple of my friends, and one of them actually is the one that I made a video of, where his mask blinked the eyes, and that's another topic for another day because that's interesting in itself. But he was one of the people that went with us. Him, my brother, a couple people. So we would go. We would go to different places. One time we went to a abandoned psychiatric institute, and so we go in there. That's what it used to be. It's not anymore. And we go in there and we're walking in there. And, because it was abandoned, there was like a woods area to it, but it was gated. And the way that we got in through the gate was through a little opening. So mind you, we could only go in there one at a time, which right away I thought to myself, this is not a good
I'm not.
idea.
I'm not gonna be the first at the very least.
Well, I
But
wasn't the first. That's for damn sure.
yeah,
And I was like, this is not a good idea because it took us a while to get in because one by one. And as soon as it went in, I was like, if we have to run out of here, it's not gonna go well. But let's go. And okay, we had two BB guns with us at the moment. Okay, I had one and my friend had another one. I don't know why, but just in case somebody. And
we
these
used to have BB guns with us.
yeah,
It's
these
the
BB guns.
CO2.
Yeah, the CO2 guns. They hit, they break right through glass, dude.
Yeah.
Like thick glass.
I know all about it. I know all about it.
You shoot somebody with that stuff, forget it. That's not good. They won't die, but they'll get hurt. Damn.
Now they'll back the fuck off.
Hell yeah. So we had two of those, the CO2 tank ones, the ones that had the little thing in the bottom too. So we had two of those. I had one, my friend had one. And we walk inside, so we're walking through the woods area and we found a house inside, like a little cabin house, abandoned. And one of my friends was like, let's go in there. I'm like, no, let's not go in there. He's like, dude, let's go in there. We could find crazy stuff. I was like, no, the fuck out of here. I'm not going in there. It's dark as fuck. That shit look mad crazy and run down. Crazy. So while we're walking there, because it's me against the rest of the group, so I'm going to have to do it. We're walking in the woods and we're recording this. So this is actually recorded. I can show you this, but I have to get it because I don't have it. My friend in Florida has it. He's recording this. We see in the woods two giant shadows. Well, one giant, one small. One is like hunched over. And I'm talking about so tall. It must have been at least almost 7 feet tall. Hunched over. Dark, just a shadow. And another one crouched down. And they are walking in the woods. And my boy, he turned nuts. He's like, his voice is he has like a regular voice, like, yo, but probably one of them is watching this right now. He's gonna comment below because this is the funniest thing. We still make fun of him for this. His voice turned into like a girl. He's like, I got a gun, I got a gun. That's how scared he got. I got a fucking gun, I got a fucking, who's deal? And we start shooting at nothing, like not nothing at the shadow, but it's like nothing basically because we can't shoot anything. So it's just like there, like that, and stayed still in one place. Both of them, one crouched down and one like hunched over. Very creepy. And I got a fucking gun, I got a gun. And then my other friend, this was weird.
Did y'all have pellets?
Yeah, we were shooting at it. We were shooting at nothing basically because we're shooting at something, but it's
you're
not
shooting it, but it's not hitting it, or it's just not reacting.
We can't even fucking tell because it's nighttime.
Yeah,
first of all, and
it's
it's
so
not.
dark,
Yeah, and it's not reacting. So it's
I got
pretty much you're shooting at nothing. And this is the strangest part. My other friend, I had to stop him because he got into a weird ass fucking daze, dude. He was like, espérate. In Spanish, that means like wait. He was like, wait. And he's walking towards it. I'm like, yo, where the fuck you going, dude? And he's just going. He's walking. He was like, wait. He kept telling us, wait. And we had to grab this guy. His name was Wally. We had to grab him and be like, yo, Wally, what the fuck you doing? He's like, yeah. And he snapped out of some weird fucking trance, dude. When we like, yo, Wally, what the fuck? He was like, huh? And then we left. We bounced. We went out that thing that gate. But the worst part,
it makes you wonder what the fuck it was.
Dude, it freaks me out to this day. And I forgot about it, but thanks for reminding me. It fucked my head. Now I'm not going to sleep. Because I forgot about that. I forgot the details. But the worst part of it all is that I'm not a very brave person. But when it comes to common sense, I have a lot of common sense. And since we both had guns, the BB guns, me and my boy, we let everyone else go through the hole first to get out. And we stayed there. I was not the last one. I was the second to last one. But it was creepy knowing that there's something in the woods and that everyone has to come out one by one. So we're there like for like 2 minutes at least. Because it was like 8 of us, I think. 8 or 7 of us. And that was creepy. And we bounced. We talked about it in the house. We saw the recording. In the recording, you can see the shadows in the woods. In the recording, you can see it. Now, back then, it was these mini discs. This one with these new cameras came out that were like mini disc, and everyone thought
it looked like a GameCube disc. I know what you're talking about.
Everybody thought it was gonna be like the craziest shit ever. So it was that. So it really depends where he has that. I don't have it. I had the cassette type video recorder, but I never recorded that part. But I would love to see that. I got to reach out to him because maybe I don't want to see it. I don't know.
I want to see it though, so you ain't gotta watch it, but I want to see it.
I'll probably watch it. It's funny. I remember watching it when we got home and showing all of the family in the house. We all used to live in the same house, and showing his parents and stuff, and everyone was gathering around it, and we were making fun of the whole his voice thing more than anything.
What did they think about what you guys saw though?
Well, there's a crazy thing is that they're seeing it, and
But they're not.
some people didn't see it, and then some people, his mom was like, "Oh, see, look at it there. I see it, yeah." But then some people didn't see it. They were like, "No, I don't see anything." And so I'm like, "It's right there." Like I'm even fucking highlighting this shit. Like, look right there. I paused it, fucking look, because you could see through the little screen. I'm like, look right there. I could kind of see it, but the thing is that I don't know. They didn't see it, but when you're there, it's so clear that it's there. You get me? But that was something that I don't forget, and I did forget, but now I remember again. And do have a lot of stories like that because we did it for a while. The ghost hunting, we did it for a while, and I don't know what possessed me to do it, like ghost hunting, because I'm not a very brave person when it comes to ghosts and shit like that. Everything else, okay, but not that. But we did it. It was weird. We had a lot of crazy stories. So you shared one story. I shared another story. You guys can share stories in the comment section, which you already do. But this
Should
is
I tell you what? I really want to know if any of you have actually had the balls to do it. And you know what I'm talking about. We will not name the bitch, but in the mirror, in the darkness, by yourself. If you have any recordings, link, share, or it never happened. But no, I'm bullshitting. It would never happen. I want to know what some people have seen if they've done that before. I want to know if
oh
anyone has
yeah.
seen what we've seen because that is one that's very curious. Because there's really only a few more like that. But then I feel like at that point you're just kind of fucking with demons, like because that shit I will never explain that, and there was never any more paranormal things after that or resulting in that incident. But
Yeah.
I remember checking everybody. I'm like, no, we all saw that, right? Like we all
Yeah,
know that
that's the
fucking
thing about
happened.
that.
Right?
You want
Like,
confirmation, and I've had that feeling that when you see something and you get confirmation from other people, that is when it really hits you.
that's when it really hits you. Like, all right,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yep. Because I went
And
through a similar
yeah,
situation. I told you with my friend. I probably mentioned it on a separate episode where we both saw some shadow walking right by us at 3:36 in the morning. Fuck, it's 3:33. Shit. Remember I told you this, that I always fucking
yes.
talk about that, and that ever since then I'm always aware of that time for some reason.
hmm
Oh
It's
shit.
like you're fucking ready for like when it's
Fucking
3:36
hate that
again.
shit.
I'm ready for you, bitch. When you come back, I'm
No,
gonna be ready.
I'm not like that. Nope.
You're like, no, I'm a fuck boy. Fuck
Fuck,
that.
man. I'll fuck myself up right now, dude.
Damn.
Well, I told you
But
that
you
shit
just,
last time, remember? I
mhm.
told you that it's always like that. Look at the time when I mentioned this shit. It fucked me up right
Might
now.
be seeing something tonight, man.
Nah, don't fuck with me like that. Everybody, no, but what Sonic said, if you have similar experiences, like videos, like if you have videos, you can email those. It's dope. I mean, we'll put them like we put them here, like we put the one here with the dog. I'll put them on here if it seems cool. Even if it doesn't seem legit, I'll put it on here and we'll question it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because I mean, at the end of the day, it's
We'll break it down.
nothing's crazier than having some kind of video confirmation of some shit. And also, everyone, weirdest news. He's going to watch a video of a witch spotting in the Middle East. We're going to critique it.
Yeah, that's gonna be in the morning. I'm gonna watch that shit. But anyway, we should wrap this up though, cause it's 3:35. Awesome, great shit. 3:35. We're gonna end this thing at 3:36. How fucking stupid is this shit?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it's because I had a tear in my left eye, but I thought the Joker posted directly behind you, the Jared Leno one blinked.
Oh yeah,
Just throwing that out there.
that stuff like that doesn't scare me. I mean the things I don't believe
If the
that.
picture blinks.
Yeah, I don't believe in that
I
stuff.
mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what is he gonna do? He's gonna come out and bite you with his fake dentures. So,
Yeah, it's not like the
which,
mask stuff, you know. where the
Yeah.
mask that's creepy. That mask video. As a matter of fact, since we were talking about that before we wrap it up, I'm gonna put that mask video so that you guys see it. And that was my friend who was in a car, and he always has that mask in his car, and he was on Snapchat, and the fucking mask blinks, and it looks very creepy. And I'm gonna keep talking until it's at least 3:37 because I'm really uncomfortable.
Freaking out. Well, you know what? I got
Oh,
you covered.
3:37. There you
So
go.
you want to something freaky? I remember. I just thought about it for whatever reason. Somebody had ended up recording a video of a car accident,
Oh, I've seen that.
and
I've seen that.
and they saw the spirit like
Yes.
above. Yeah, that shit was
Real.
That's kind of,
That's legit,
you know.
dude.
He uploaded it immediately after. Why would you fake that? Like they're so like,
Yeah.
and you know, it's kind of like when people say shit like that is fake, they just immediately just to say it's fake. You know, it's just like, why would this dude risk such a backlash for faking
Right.
where someone died? You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm sorry, just that's too fast to edit something like that. That's just too fast.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's wrap this up. It's been a while already. You know, typically we don't really have a time frame, or we don't have a certain amount of minutes that we want this to be, or how long we want it to be.
We just gotta just go.
We just go at it, and then whatever it comes out, that's what it comes out. And hopefully, it's entertaining and people like it. And it seems like people like it so far. But the next,
we finished the topic, so that's the most important thing.
wrapped up
We
the
got through
dream
the shadow people shit. Fuck.
and dreams. We wrapped up all the dream and shadow people. And if you guys want to suggest the next topic, put it in the comment section, and we'll pick like Sonic said, whichever one gets the most upvotes or whatever is being suggested the most. Also put your experiences down there. Put whatever. But I like the whole underwater sea thing. I like talking about that
that's gonna
stuff
be a good one.
because it's not just
Mermaids.
mermaids, dude.
Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, I don't really care
UFOs
about.
crashing into the sea.
Well,
You don't care about the Loch Ness monster because he's confirmed real, but you know that's for next time.
well, not only UFO crashing under the sea, and maybe living under there, but whatever. That's for next.
Oh
time.
yeah, bro. I gotta talk to my cousin because there's a really good one for you.
All right. Well, guys, see you guys next time.
See you next time.